Hello and welcome to news across Nigeria on Channels Television. I'm Anne Wawadu. Coming up on the program today. Imo Court stops swearing of Callistus Ekenze as new Deputy Governor of Imo State. Edo State Government directs commercial vehicle operators to abide by the state's color code for passenger safety. And the Obafemi Awolowo University holds Food and Identity Festival in Ile-Ife. Once again, welcome to the program that brings you stories from across the country. We begin at the State High Court in Owerri, the Imo State capital. It has stopped the State Chief Judge from swearing in Callistus Ekenze as the new Deputy Governor of the state. Mr. Ekenze is meant to replace the former Deputy Governor, Eze Madumere, who was impeached by lawmakers in the State House of Assembly. The new Deputy Governor, who hails from Mbitoli local government area of the state, the same place with the former Deputy Governor, was a former head of state for civil service.
Our attention was drawn to an interim order of injunction made against the Chief Judge, restraining him from performing the ceremony. And on account of that, we could not proceed because we are law-abiding and we respect the rule of law in this state. So that is why we did not go ahead with the swearing-in ceremony. But we are taking steps to vacate that interim order because the court did not, at the time the order was made, know all the circumstances, that gave rise to that order. As a matter of fact, the House of Assembly had already concluded the impeachment proceeding before the court made that order yesterday.
Following INEC's directive into political parties in Kogi State to conclude primaries election ahead of the House of Representatives by-election, which is slated for August this year, the African Democratic Congress has conducted two parallel primaries that produced two candidates. The ADC faction that produced architect Zach Jonathan as their sole candidate has, however, condemned the attempt by some members of the party to impose a candidate against the wish of other party members of the state.
Since the death of Buba Jibril, the lawmaker representing Lokoja and Kogi constituency in the House of Representatives, political parties have been making frantic efforts to fill that position. But first, primaries have to be conducted. At the State Secretariat of the African Democratic Party, primaries are conducted, and the result being an unopposed candidate.
With the result of the primary we had here today, Cotton Karufi is 37. Lokoja local government is 74. Total is 111.
Meanwhile, in another location, another faction of the ADC gathered to conduct their own primaries.
Mohamed Mabo scored 68 votes, while Zacchaeus Jonathan scored 6. Lokoja Ward B, Mabo scored 42 votes as against 4 for Zacchaeus Jonathan. Mabo scored 1,003 votes as against 32 votes for Jonathan.
There seems to be some discord between the two factions of the ADC, as some members allude to internal conspirations.
Few weeks ago, we gave a resolution here that we stand by the chairman, who has a constituted ESCO that their tenure will be expiring by December. Come to think of it, is that how you change ESCO? A constituted ESCO that has a timeline, a lifetime to expire, you just sit in Abuja there and concoct somebody's ESCO To be sincere with you, the ESCO he brought now, members of APC and APDA, to come and take over the affairs of ADC. Now, this is the party secretariat. Where are they here? Where are they here? We will not take that. If we want democracy, democracy must be practiced fully. If you are accusing President Buhari for doing some form of nepotism, your same party is doing it, we will not take that.
While conspiratory theories hover around the ADC, primaries are conducted in the All Progressives Congress.
If by August 11, and I won this election, the woman that was there before was APC, and I left a lot of presidents, and I'm going to follow that president to make sure that the good work I said I'm going to complete them.
Two candidates continue to lay claim to the Kogi ADC ticket for the by-election, and August 11 remains a set date. Hopefully, the party will have resolved the issue over who flies its flag at the election.
And still talking politics, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has fixed August 11th for the Obudu State constituency seat in the House of Assembly following the death of the former representative of that constituency. The resident electoral commissioner, Dr. Franklin Breai, who disclosed this at a stakeholders meeting drawn from all political parties ahead of the election at the INEC office in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, gave the different parties the assurance of a smooth, free and fair exercise. According to him, the election, which will be held in 107 polling units in the 10 wards in Obudu Local Government Council, will allow a level playing field for all parties and their candidates.
Vote buying is imminent in our democracy, especially in electoral processes, and definitely INEC will work in conjunction with security agencies to ensure that vote buying is stamped out of the system. This year, our Commission and EFCC had come to agreement, on how well EFCC will help the Commission to stamp out electoral crimes, the like of vote buying and the rest of that. So I'm sure that before the 2019 general elections, plans would have been solidified for EFCC to actually work effectively with INEC.
Away from politics to infrastructure in Edo State, the government has directed vehicle operators in the state to paint their vehicles in compliance with the state's color code. The state's Commissioner for Infrastructure, Mr. Abraham Aimolemen, also explained that the measure will help government know the number of commercial vehicles in the state and track criminal activities, a step the Edo State Police Command as well as the leadership of the National Union of Road Transport Workers have agreed is necessary.
Unmarked commercial vehicles operating with ease within Benin City, the Edo State capital. The arrangement is simple for business, but some residents of the city claim to have had dangerous experiences from such supposed simplicity.
Before we got to where I was supposed to drop, one dropped after myself. So immediately he dropped. He just signaled. I never knew that other were hiding. He signaled the other one to come out with a gun, and they started attacking me.
There were 3 young men there, plus the driver, and I was the 4th. When we got to second junction, they suddenly stopped, brought out their weapons, made of 1 AK-45 and 3 cut-to-short double barrel guns.
The state government has found a way to check such incidents to the delight of the police.
Every bus or taxi in this state that has not painted their vehicle to our approved colors, they should paint between now and August 15th. From August 16th, we'll start enforcement.
It will enhance the security operatives, security agencies, to identify such vehicles whenever there is any crime committed by the drivers or the occupant of the vehicles.
And there is a body ready to ensure compliance.
So we have I've reached my members, I have briefed them. We have all agreed to emulate that something that is good for us to paint our vehicle so that taxis and buses can be identified easily.
For a society set to reduce crime, many residents see this step as only one among many to bring that goal to life and desire that the other measures are taken as time goes on. Jessica Olubuse, Channels Television News.
When news across Nigeria returns, we'll tell you what the Niger State government has done to aid the operations of the police. Stay with us.